This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, expert help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real-life crazies? It's not you, it's your online dating profile. Let us help you do online dating that leads to real-life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and we will send you the first 2 video chapters of our program for free. You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is Jen.
And Jen,
Letting it all hang out for your love life.
examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us. Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Hey, hello, Single Smart Female. It's Gen 1 with Gen 2 here. Your romantic fairy godmama's coming at you today with a single smart female listener question.
That is the truth.
Okay, Jen, I know you have a question for us.
I have a listener question, absolutely, from Miss English Rose.
All right, let's go.
All right. She's from the United Kingdom, and here is what she says. Jens, I need your guidance here. Culturally, we do things a little different over here, and the mantourage dating you guys teach isn't what most women I know do. But I love your podcast, so this is what I have been trying to do. For a bit of background, I have never been in what you would call a serious long-term relationship. I've been in a few casual situationships, but never a real loving relationship. I was successfully mantourage dating when I met my current guy. He's a few years older, has a steady career, his own place, the kind of guy who will always hold open the car door for me. Anyway, we have been dating now for almost 4 months. He's met some of my friends. We have plans together a month in advance or so. So now things have been going at a consistent but steady enough pace. Needless to say, I really like this guy, and I felt like I was ready to take myself off the dating apps. I didn't tell him this, though, as I didn't want to put pressure on him to do the same. Last weekend, I decided I needed to let him know that I would like to be in an exclusive relationship. It felt assumed that we were anyway, but I just wanted to make my feelings clear. He assured me that he isn't interested in dating anybody else and is really enjoying pursuing our relationship. 4 days go on, and I have found out he is still on the dating apps and still active as he has updated his pictures since our conversation. Have I been naive here? I realize I need to open my mantourage back up and get back on the apps too, but if he's on there too, he's going to see my profile and really hope he still could be my forever man. What should I do?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Sure. I'll say what I think first. Yeah.
And then I'll correct you. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't make me come correct you over there. No.
You promise?
Where's my whip? You know how I like them.
Okay.
Anyway. So initially, yeah, like Jen says, ouch. It's kind of rough to have the belief that someone wants to see only you and then learn that they are investing energy in potentially meeting other people. However, when you say that if he's on there too, he's going to see your profile and that you've done the same, let him see it. Clearly, he wasn't worried about you seeing that he updated his profile. I mean, I'm not saying he did it maliciously, but he wasn't worried about it. So I don't think you should worry about it either. I don't think it means that you can't see him anymore, but I just say you invest time in seeing if there is someone else out there to put into your mantourage, some talent out there. I have a little bit of, I don't know, tell me what you think about this, Jen. Words are really important. Actions are more important. But I'm not sure if what he said means they're exclusive. By what I'm reading here, when it said he isn't interested in dating anybody else, do you take that to mean like this is that we are exclusive now?
Okay, so I have to say men say this a lot. And we as women, and they'll say they're not interested in sleeping with anybody else.
Right.
We take that to mean relationship exclusivity, to mean that Does that, I think I'm not quite sure she got enough clarification on that, because it's not the same thing as saying to somebody, just because I don't want to date anybody else is not the same thing as saying I really want to be with just you.
Exactly. That's where I'm not certain if there was clarity and they both had the same understanding.
Okay. I want to rewind a little bit, because although I agree with some of the things you said, I felt that what you said might put her on the defense a little bit. So I want to kind of rewind a little bit and open some things up. So first off, no, you have not been naive here. I want to make that very clear. Yes, I think you should open your Mantourage back up and get back on the apps, but I'm going to talk about how to do that in just a second. The thing about him seeing your profile, see, this is what we women do a lot. Men are either careless, or they're just disrespectful, or whatever their intention is, they don't put the investment that we do in sometimes, especially when there's not clarity in the relationship, on whether or not we will be very visible to them. But yet we take on this burden of oh my God, what if he sees me?
Right.
What if he sees me? It's over. It's okay that I see him and it's not over, because I'm going to want him anyway. But why, if he sees me, then I need to fear whether or not he's just going to dump me.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say very clearly to all women, if a guy finds out that you're dating and dumps you, that was not a guy for you. Okay, we cannot continue as women to pretend. I'm not asking you to go, hey, have the conversation. Hey, you right there. We are dating, I know, but I just want you to be ultra clear that I'm dating other men. You don't have to have that conversation.
Right.
So clear. So just so you know, again, I'm dating other people too. I don't think it's necessary to have those kind of conversations. But on the same page, we need to stop as women being afraid that they might find out, and being so scared that we're going to lose somebody. If you lose somebody, it's because they're not meant to be in your life, period. Okay? You're not losing somebody here by you exploring your options. We have to stop being afraid of that. We have to take a stance against that, because if you continue dating that way, you may get the guy, but you're always going to play small for him. And it's always going to be about him and what he wants and what he needs, what's going to make him happy. Culturally, we're not all that different. No, Mantourage dating isn't the most popular thing here in the United States. I want to make that very, very clear. This is something I have to teach women everywhere. This is just what women don't do. And it's what women should do, so that they can start really experiencing all that there is to offer in love and romance and dating, and really start to understand themselves, because what they're still doing is fitting themselves inside a very male box, a very masculine idea of what women should want and do in love and romance. And I've spoke to this before on, we've done a great job in feminism and talking about our sexuality and pushing forward and getting more equality with women. I know we still have a ways to go, but we've done so much more there than we have done in love and romance. And what we need to be doing, instead of grouping the sex and the career advancement part together like we do in so many ways, and that, if I can, he can, what we need to do is recognize who we are as women, which isn't necessarily what's been dictated for us, but understand that there are different ways we can set up dating, especially in the frame of Mantourage dating, start to experience who we really are as women and discover that, instead of thinking that we already know. Because who you think you are as a woman right now in love and romance is based on a male paradigm. And it's based on what people have been handing down to us for centuries. And it's truly not very enlightening. It is a narrative that fucks with women's heads all the time. So I'm going to encourage you actually to start there and recognize that all women are learning this. It is challenging, but it is going to be the most fun that you ever had if you allow it to be. So, okay, now I'm coming back from that.
Okay.
Because we need to address how to handle this situation specifically. And now I know everybody is asking, because this is what women always ask, is why would he do that? Honestly, I don't give a fuck why he did it. All right. I am more concerned about what it means for you, what this means for you, what opportunity is here for you. The first opportunity is to have a more clear conversation. So I would send him a message saying, hey, handsome, something like that, something fun with the term of endearment. I always love those because it makes it not confrontational. It makes it, and he's going to be most likely more willing to meet you on your level because you're not attacking him about it. Now, it doesn't mean that you should never go after a guy. You should never go after for the juggler, but it's not my first go-to ever, with the exception of a couple situations, but this is not that situation. So with that said, I would approach him and say basically, hey, handsome, I may have misunderstood something in our conversation, but I thought that we had decided that we were going to be in an exclusive relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend relationship together. And when I went to go shut down my account for online dating, I noticed that you had recently, since we had that discussion, uploaded new photos, and it seems that you were active. Did I misunderstand what you wanted? And when you said, when we talked about this, and if so, are you wanting to continue seeing other people? Because I just want to be clear so that I don't create something in my head for us that doesn't actually exist yet. Okay? So that is a very non-confrontational way to address something. And if a guy actually gets confrontational with you about that, that's actually a red flag. Okay?
Right.
It's a huge red flag, and you should go ahead and dump him anyway. Because if a guy gets super protective of that and gets confrontational when you've addressed him in that manner, there's an issue with him, bottom line. So that's where I would start. Yes, you guys, you can have another conversation about it, but I actually would go ahead and continue to open your mantourage back up and tell him, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit uneasy about this just because of everything. So how about instead, I know I asked you if that's what you wanted, and I know you're saying that's what you wanted, but I think let's go ahead and continue dating and getting to know each other a little bit longer and revisit this conversation in a couple weeks. That way you start to, feel more secure, and then you can start updating the talent in your mantourage, and you can start having more fun with this. And then, create a stronger bond with him if he ends up being your guy. Any thoughts, Jen?
I really like the idea of asking him in a way which is not going to put him back on his heels and make him uncomfortable.
I'm not worried about making him comfortable, and I'm worried about making him defensive, because
that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean by I meant defensive when I said uncomfortable. But yes,
and if he does get defensive, remember, go ahead and cut him loose anyway.
Right. I like that idea of just having that communication and saying, did I misunderstand? Yeah, I think that's a good way to handle it. But I don't know. I guess I would maybe see what he says. But you were saying you would go ahead and just start dating again.
Yes, and let me elaborate on why I said that, because I read everything not based on everybody wants to know why is a man doing that. I always read everything on what does this mean for you. And if it's happening in your life, there's something inside of you that is drawing this to you so that for another opportunity. And I'm a firm believer in that. So I believe that this is happening for you, which I'm going to say that of course we would have to dive deeper into this, but there's a good chance that you don't really want this exclusive relationship quite yet. There's a part of you that does, but not all of you. This isn't something you're wholehearted about. And you really need to, instead of getting, defensive when I say that, because a lot of women's walls go up with that. Of course, that's what I want. That's how, just sit with it for a little bit. Sit with it a couple days. Is there a part of you that is still wondering if there's pieces of you have not explored yet in the context of mantourage dating? That is really truly important that we stop as women. 4 months really isn't that long of a time. I know we tend to think as a collective society that, oh yeah, definitely within 4 months. But no, you can extend this as long as you need to really discover who you are and to be more confident in that place.
Yeah, I agree.
And finally, there's one thing that you could add to the conversation for fun, which I think could be very, very powerful too as you're engaging with him, is that you could let him know. I do, whether or not he gives you the, oh, blah, 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 or whatever he says to you, you could say, look, or if he tells you, yeah, I just wasn't ready to be in a relationship, whatever response you say, oh, okay, well, I totally get that. So you continue to do what you need to do. because ultimately I want you to know that when we do get together, there is no one better than me, and you can wink at him. That kind of confidence, stated very calmly, collected, is really powerful. It's very seductive, and it's absolutely 100% true. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
When things go awry with a man, it is not necessary to immediately go for the jugular. Take a step back for a moment and then calmly approach the situation first to get the information you really need. Then recognize that somehow this is going to work for you. This show is brought to you by Irresistibility, expert help for women with online dating. Are you experiencing inbox crickets or real-life crazies? It's not you, it's your online dating profile. Let us help you do online dating that leads to real-life love and romance. Go to helpmeonlinedate.com and we will send you the first 2 video chapters of our program for free.
Hey, Lover Girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about man-tourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.